This is one where I think they arrested the wrong guy, so he's going to be released. The only issue is this might pop up in the future, so I don't know if where he gets the not me letter. He has to go to the demand.
Did you hear about this? Someone just got released from jail because they arrested the wrong person. A total case of mistaken identity. And yes, it's just as messy and frustrating as it sounds. This actually happens more often than most people realize. Have you or someone you know ever been confused with someone else just because you share the same name? Let us know in the comments. Even when the mistake gets sorted out and the warrant is pulled, the damage isn't instantly erased.
Jurisdiction, that's the judge, or it could be the prosecutor assigned to the case, saying that this is my face attached to this government name. I have a different FBI number, whatever they want to pick. I don't care. But, you know, because it's the same date of birth, so that's going to be irrelevant for the not-me letter.
How do you know? Did you do
tattoos and FBI number and mugshots?
Okay.
It's a common name, and I
Yes,
guess
it's a very common name.
I guess common-ish date of birth.
Ish? Or the same date?
But no, it's same date of birth. It's just we had one happen last week, so 2 in 2 weeks is kind of unusual.
Yeah, I would say so. So you're definitely going to file a nollie now?
The person who was wrongly accused now has to go out of their way to prove they're not the one who committed the crime. All because someone with the same name and birthday did something illegal. The system just isn't built to handle this. Well, you can almost feel how overwhelmed and outdated it is. Think about the stress of constantly wondering if police will show up at your door.
Unusual.
Yeah, I would say so. So you're definitely going to file a nollie now?
I already filed the dismissal.
Okay. So where is it that he goes? I don't remember.
Where is it that he goes?
To get that letter?
Yeah, that's the thing.
But where? I don't even remember.
Illinois. Wait, sorry?
Oh, yeah, that's where he's from.
That's where he had to get it from.
So he's gonna have to go up there.
Right.
Where though? Is it at
Will County?
is it at a sheriff's office or?
No, it's gonna have to be by the court or the prosecutor, because they're the ones attached to the case that they're going for. Because ultimately it's the warrant, and if the warrant's recalled, it makes it all irrelevant. But
Morning, Mr. Martinez. You have a very common name, and there are a gajillion Francisco Martinez's out there.
Again, this isn't just a one-time error. It can turn into a repeating nightmare. So what should we do? How do we build a system that doesn't mix up innocent people with criminals? Here's the thing, even in 2025, law enforcement is still relying on outdated systems. No facial recognition, no fingerprint matching across departments. Meanwhile, you can unlock your phone or order food.
Unfortunately, there is someone wanted in that jurisdiction that has your name. And you see now that you've been wrongly arrested
with facial ID. It's wild that law enforcement can't confirm someone's identity across jurisdictions. Then there are the tough cases, like a 17-year-old who pulled a gun to protect his brothers. He's arrested, but is he a criminal or someone trying to do the right thing? But in a split-second decision, sometimes the law and real-life situations just don't line up perfectly. It's a gray area.
The fear is that this continues. So I don't know what there are methods out there. Mr. Kim, you say there's a letter that he can get. There's a letter that he can get. What we're going to do is I cannot give you legal advice. I cannot give you legal advice. But I'm going to have we've appointed a representative that will tell you how you can take care of this so that it doesn't happen again. We're going to process you out. You should be out within hopefully the next 4 to 6 hours. Will tell you how to go about getting a letter. How to go about getting a letter happen again, so that this doesn't happen again. Do you have any questions? Did you want to add anything? Ricardo?
It's fair to say, Judge, it's fair to say bad situation. Bad situation. This man is arrested.
Yeah, I mean, mistakes have been made. I don't know the arresting officer. I don't understand why they would deeper dive.
Well, when they're on the field, and when they're obviously arrested in the evening, us being one of the few agencies, us being one of the few sevens, it's truly is that they can only confirm my teletype, they can only whatever my teletype for whatever division is, and so division is, it's most commonly thing that should narrow it down, because you can't take, or you can't send, for that when they get processed in, but for that when they only a person, but then for again the same name date, or again the same name date of birth, but demand trace mugshots with the demand because the teletypes can't, and so ultimately it's only what and the text is the name and date of birth.
So that's and that's why I was so that's and that's why mobile aphids. They've got these mobile aphids.
Sure, but the majority the way they're sent by teletype, again, can't be image in a teletype. So even a teletype. So even a thumbprint. So there's no way the thumbprint should be able to verify who they have.
And there are no easy answers. What would you have done? And to top it all off, there are stacks of court rulings, some from major federal courts saying certain laws are unconstitutional, yet people are still getting charged under those same outdated laws. That's how broken policies keep harming innocent people, even long after they...
the correct date of birth,
but
mugshots.
But that only corresponds to the warrant for the demanding jurisdiction if they have something to match it against. So that's the issue is, yes, they can pull it up on our side, but it's the same way even for our parole violations is they can't check on scene, especially at 1 a.m. That's why we're the second check, is that we're able to verify if there's a thumbprint, mugshot, etc.
You're going to be released here momentarily. I'll have Ricardo tell you how to take the next steps though, okay? All right, good luck, Mr. Martinez. Thank you.
I think we still need to approach on a different one from Mr. Diaz. We'll approach soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna just call their main line since the sergeant's not getting back to me.
Sir, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. And
You've been ruled invalid.
Used against you. Shh. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On February 5th, 2025, the officer responded to a suspicious person with a weapon on 5900 Gulf Freeway. The officer made contact with the defendant, who was 17 years old. The defendant advised he was inside Jack in the Box while brothers were selling waters outside. The defendant saw a male rushing at his brothers with a knife, pulled out his gun, and pointed it at the male while telling his brothers to run. The officer performed a search on the defendant, locating a 9mm Glock 19, and the defendant advised he bought the gun from a friend for $150.
I mean,
Yes, Judge. In this case, the officer was going off the fact that he performed the search because he indicated there was a firearm. So
he's going to the defense of others.
Yes, Judge.
It's another person.
And it's just the way this is pled is because he's underage. He's below the age of 21. That's the way it's pled, Your Honor.
You hear this?
Hold on, I'm gonna go yell at somebody. Hold on. Don't know what's going on.
Hi, Judge. Is this young man charged with unlawful carrying of possession for being under 21?
Correct.
Hold on, I've got a kit. Here's the GPS
But I'm
memo.
more concerned about the defense of others. Did you hear it? I mean,
No, hold on.
a second.
Here's GPS.
Let me give you a lawyer, Mr.
Yeah. Oh, I volunteer representation. Yeah.
Give me a record, can you fill that out, please?
I will do that. But here's a GPS memo saying that it's
on a second.
unconstitutional.
You know, representative gentleman?
Oh, hell yes. Here's the Fifth Circuit saying that it's unconstitutional. Here is the United States District Court, Northern District, saying it's unconstitutional. Here's a motion to quash information. I'll just cross out the name.
Great job.
Yeah, I had to get in this fight yesterday, and I'm teed up.
Here you go, Mr. Tito.
Thank you.
Judge.
I was
is
gonna,
there PC?
yeah, look, you gotta be very careful. You know, God forbid something happens where you really dig yourself a hole. I'm gonna find no probable cause, but really, you have to be very careful. You know, sometimes you make a decision in life and it can really have consequences, all right? You know what that means, right? Are you in school? It all starts with school, man. You got to get back into school. This is not a good way to go through life at 7. The more schooling you have, the more money you're going to make. Knowledge is power, my friend. Do it. Make something. Make me proud. Please.
Yeah,